बैंकिंग सेक्टर एक की ड्राइवर है हमारे नेशन की इकोनॉमी का। ये सेक्टर काफ़ी सिग्निफिकेंट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एंड ग्रोथ के थ्रू जा रहा है बेस्ड ऑन डिजिटलाइजेशन, रेगुलेटरी रिफॉर्म्स एंड कंज्यूमर के चेंजिंग बिहेवियर्स। पिछले साल पीएसयू बैंक्स काफ़ी अच्छा परफॉर्म करे एंड ये सेक्टर्स के विनर्स थे, लेकिन इस साल प्राइवेट बैंक्स की बारी लग रही है। प्राइवेट बैंक्स आर टेकिंग द लीड। हाँ, एचडीएफसी में काफ़ी बड़ा डिक्लाइन आया बिकॉज ऑफ एमएससीआई की नोटिस किया प्राइवेट बैंकिंग सेक्टर इंडेक्स को। इस वीडियो में आई विल टॉक अबाउट द करंट इन्वेस्टमेंट लैंडस्केप, यदि अभी राइट टाइम है टू इन्वेस्ट इन इंडियन बैंक्स, प्राइवेट बैंक्स वर्सेस पब्लिक बैंक्स, द करंट स्टेटस ऑफ एचडीएफसी बैंक, टॉप बैंकिंग स्टॉक्स एंड इस सेक्टर के की चैलेंजेस एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज। सो लेट्स गेट इनटू इट। हाँ, ये सही टाइम लग रहा है बैंकिंग सेक्टर में इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए, क्योंकि इस सेक्टर के अर्निंग्स पोटेंशियल एंड ग्रोथ पोटेंशियल स्टैंड आउट कर रहे हैं। इसके काफ़ी कारण हैं, लेट्स गो थ्रू सम ऑफ देम वन बाय वन। फर्स्ट, प्राइस टू अर्निंग्स मल्टीपल फेवरेबल है और more importantly not very expensive, making it an attractive investment opportunity. Strong earnings growth, जैसे हमने पिछले वीडियो में बात करा था, growth of corporate India for the quarter ended March 2023 is expected to be driven largely by banks. Yes, the banking sector. And why is that? Because banks ने काफ़ी strong due diligence किया for fresh assets and for NPAs that they had taken over the last 4-5 years. Sustained net interest margins is the third point. Although there were views that in the March quarter numbers, the peak would be achieved for the net interest margins, the current situation suggests that the bank's net interest margin might be sustainable moving forward. Fourth point, potential for improved credit demand. If interest rates do not increase or start to decline, the possibility of credit demand may improve, benefiting the banks and other financial institutions in the lending space. Fifth point, improved performance of public sector banks. Several public sector banks ने काफ़ी improvement show करना अपने results में in the last 6 to 8 quarters, with the spread of net credit cost being quite decent. Some of them also have great brands and are comparable to private sector banks in terms of their CASA ratio. किधर इन्वेस्ट करें, ये चॉइस डिपेंड करता है ऑन सेवरल फैक्टर्स इंक्लूडिंग योर रिस्क टॉलरेंस, इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड द बैंक्स ओवरऑल परफॉर्मेंस. Traditionally, private banks have demonstrated superior performance due to efficient management and customer-oriented services. However, we are seeing public banks backed by government guarantees offer stability, especially during the economic downturns. In the current scenario, I would lean towards private banks due to their stronger growth prospects, better margins, higher quality credit quality, and effective use of technology. Private banks have consistently outperformed public sector banks in deposit mobilization and capturing higher yielding consumer loan segments. While PSBs have improved their asset quality and provisioning, their core profitability still lags behind private counterparts. इस space में हमारे top picks हैं, first, Kotak Mahindra Bank. Strong profit growth, robust retail lending, healthy margins, and stable management make it an attractive long-term investment. Second, HDFC Bank, a consistent performer with a well-diversified loan book, strong asset quality, and a history of delivering robust return to investors. Third, ICICI Bank. With its focus on retail banking and digital innovation, ICICI has turned around its performance, delivering strong growth and improving asset quality. दोस्तों, please note that you should always consult a financial advisor before making any investments and consider your investment goals and risk tolerance before you make any of these investments. HDFC Bank में हो क्या रहा है? Recent developments with HDFC Bank have led to a change in expectations regarding the bank's weight in the MSCI India Index. Contrary to earlier predictions that the merged entity of HDFC and HDFC Bank would command double the current weight in MSCI, the index provider has adjusted the factor to about 0.5x, resulting in the weight remaining more or less the same. इस situation के key points ये हैं. First, the adjustment factor has been lowered from 1.1x to about 0.5x, leading to the merged entity having a expected weight of about 6.5% in the MSCI India Index. Second, the change could result in an outflow of around $150 to $200 million as opposed to what was expected earlier of an inflow of about $3 billion. Third, HDFC and HDFC Bank shares have opened overall at a lower number of about 4% on May 5th following the MSCI tweak. Fourth, MSCI requires the stock's foreign room, the proportion of shares available to foreign investors relative to the maximum that's allowed, to be at least 15% for inclusion in the index. Fifth, the merged HDFC entity is expected to have a foreign room marginally above 15%. MSCI has adjusted the factor to avoid potential changes in the weightage if the foreign room falls below 15% by the next quarterly review. Last point. Initially, it was expected that the merged entity's free float market capitalization would double to the 1x above the adjustment factor, but this has changed with the new 0.5x adjustment factor. In summary, recent MSCI tweak has resulted in a shift in expectations for the weight of the merged HDFC and HDFC Bank entity in the MSCI India Index, impacting both the company's share prices and potential fund inflows. While the recent decline in HDFC Bank has made a dent on its returns, IDFC First Bank, ICICI Bank, and Kotak Bank remain the leaders in terms of performance for the private banking sector. PSU banks have lagged this year, but in the recent month, they have been showing strong recovery. There are several key challenges for the Indian banking sector. Let's go through them one by one. First, non-performing assets. Managing and addressing NPAs affects banks' profitability and ultimately their stability. Net interest margins or NIMs. Slower deposit growth and paused repo rate hikes may put pressure on NIMs and ultimately have an impact in terms of profitability. Third, cybersecurity. Ensuring robust security measures to protect customer data and prevent any breaches. Fourth, regulatory compliance. Navigating the complex regulations and guidelines to maintain compliance is a key challenge. Fifth, competition. Adapting to increased competition from fintech companies, payment banks, and small finance banks is a key challenge as well. Sixth, financial inclusion. As always, expanding banking services to unbanked and underbanked populations is a key challenge for the overall sector. Seventh, human resource management. Attracting and retaining skilled professionals in a competitive job market is a very big challenge in today's day and age. Eighth, growing unsecured loans. Monitoring and managing potential defaults in the increasing unsecured loan exposure remains to be a key challenge for the sector. इंडियन बैंकिंग सेक्टर में काफ़ी प्रॉमिसिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं, बट काफ़ी challenges भी हैं. As the economy shows signs of recovery and the banking sector continues to innovate and adapt, it is crucial for us investors to stay informed and make strategic investment decisions. By carefully assessing the performance, risks, and growth potential of banks, investors can tap into promising aspects and prospects for the sector. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something about what's happening in the banking sector across private and public banks, the current status of HDFC Bank, top banking picks, और इस sector के key opportunities and key challenges. If you'd love to get such updates, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching.